Victor gives Nikki an ultimatum. Will she choose Jack instead? The evening air was heavy with tension as Nikki stood on the balcony overlooking the city lights. What should have been a peaceful night felt like the beginning of a storm. Her phone buzzed in her hand. Another message from Victor. We need to talk. Tonight. Nikki already knew what was coming. For months, her relationship with Victor had been strained. They had been together for nearly 3 years, sharing dreams, plans, and countless memories. But lately, everything seemed different. Victor had become increasingly demanding, while Nikki felt trapped between what he wanted and what she truly needed. When Victor arrived at her apartment, he didn't waste time. We can't keep doing this, he said, pacing across the living room. Nikki crossed her arms. Doing what? Living in uncertainty. His voice was firm, almost cold. I need to know where this relationship is going. Nikki felt her stomach tighten. Victor, we've talked about this. No, he replied. You've avoided talking about it. The room fell silent. Victor took a deep breath before delivering the words Nikki had secretly feared. It's me or Jack. Nikki blinked in disbelief. What? You heard me. Victor's jaw clenched. I know you've been spending time with him. Every time something goes wrong between us, you run to Jack. You trust him more than you trust me. Nikki stared at him. Jack is my friend. Maybe, Victor said. But I don't think that's all he wants. The accusation hung in the air. Jack had been part of Nikki's life long before Victor came along. He was the person who listened without judging, who made her laugh when life felt overwhelming, and who always seemed to know exactly what to say. Over time, Victor's jealousy had grown. At first, Nikki dismissed it. Now it had become impossible to ignore. Victor, she said carefully, this isn't fair. Fair, he laughed bitterly. What's not fair is watching the woman I love grow closer to another man while pushing me away. Nikki looked away. Part of her wanted to argue. Another part knew there was truth in what he was saying. Not because she was secretly in love with Jack, but because she had begun relying on him emotionally. And that scared her. Victor stepped closer. I'm giving you a choice. The words felt harsh. Choose us, he continued. Or choose him. Without another word, he left. The apartment door slammed shut. Nikki stood frozen. For the first time, she was forced to confront feelings she had been avoiding. Later that night, she called Jack. He arrived within 20 minutes. One look at her face and he knew something was wrong. What happened? Nikki explained everything. Jack listened quietly. When she finished, he sat back in silence. Finally, he spoke. What do you want? The question caught her off guard. I don't know. Then don't make a decision based on fear. Nikki frowned. What does that mean? Jack smiled sadly. It means if you stay with Victor just because you're afraid of losing him, you'll regret it. And if you choose me because you're angry at him, you'll regret that too. His honesty surprised her. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Jack looked directly into her eyes. I care about you, Nikki. More than you probably realize. Her heart skipped a beat. I thought so, she whispered. Jack nodded. But that doesn't mean you owe me anything. The room felt smaller, warmer, more complicated. For years, Nikki had viewed Jack as her safe place. Now she wondered if something deeper had been growing beneath the surface all along. The next morning, she met Victor at a quiet cafe. He looked exhausted. So, he asked. Nikki took a deep breath. She had spent the entire night thinking. Not about Victor, not about Jack, but about herself. I won't choose between people, she said calmly. Victor's expression hardened. What does that mean? It means relationships shouldn't be built on ultimatums. He looked away. Nikki continued. If we're going to work, it has to be because we trust each other, not because I'm forced to prove something. Victor remained silent. For the first time, Nikki felt completely certain. Whether her future included Victor, Jack, or neither of them, she knew one thing. She would no longer let someone else decide her path. As she walked away from the cafe, the future remained uncertain. But for the first time in months, it belonged entirely to her. And somewhere behind her, both Victor and Jack would have to wait and see what choice Nikki made next.